My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. Michael Flynn did not commit a criminal act by lying to the FBI. First of all, Andrew McCabe and James Comey are on record as saying he didn't lie, that agents didn't think he lied. The 302s were altered. There are new 302s. Andrew McCabe didn't tell Michael Flynn that he was under any criminal investigation at all. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, what took place was this. There was no lie regarding anything that had to do with a criminal investigation. There was no lie that had anything to do with a criminal investigation. I'll read you. Well, this is Rudy Giuliani 7 minutes ago. Headline, Mueller officials deletes 19,000 texts of Trump-hating agents as part of DOJ evidence destruction program. Where's the media outrage at destroying relevant evidence? You can violate any rights, obstruct justice, and prosecute by innuendo. And New York Times hero worships you. Exactly. But this is... When the FBI already, this is Alan Dershowitz, when the FBI already has a recording of a meeting and asks whether that meeting occurred, a false answer is not material to the investigation. The only reason to ask the question is to test the witness, to learn information. That's it. Lying to this Alan Dershowitz, lying to the FBI is only a crime if the lie was material. Again, lying to the FBI is only a crime if the lie was material. If the FBI already knew the answer to the question, if they have tapes, it is not material. There was no material lie to a criminal act committed by General Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was set up. And Judge Emmett Sullivan hopefully will just throw out the case. This cannot happen to people. This cannot happen to good people. General Michael Flynn is an honorable person, a good person. This can't happen. You just can't. You can't have a functioning government where Hillary Clinton gets away with everything, absolutely everything. I mean, absolutely everything. But then Michael Flynn is just, is completely set up. So that's the problem. And not only did you have Andrew McCabe speaking to Michael Flynn, saying it's not a big deal, it's not even a criminal investigation, there's nothing, we just want to talk to you. And by the way, it was about a training exercise. So this is Kimberly Strassel. Kimberly Strassel right here. Kimberly Strassel. Those in the media who are exonerating the FBI by claiming it had no duty to warn Flynn about lying are deliberately missing the point. Legal scholars note that the real question was whether Flynn understood the interview was taking place in an investigatory context. Why does it matter? Because government officials talk to each other all the time, not as part of investigations. As the McCabe memo from the day itself makes clear, the initial part of his investigation with Flynn was about a training exercise. A training exercise, ladies and gentlemen. A training exercise. So the FBI had a responsibility to explain to Flynn that he was being interviewed as part of an investigation into his actions. He didn't commit any crimes, so there was no issue with his actions. That McCabe suggested he didn't need a lawyer. McCabe suggested Michael Flynn did not need a lawyer, and the agents chose not to give him all the facts so he would stay relaxed is the opposite. If you're a small business owner and the FBI shows up at your door, it is a good bet they are questioning you as part of an investigation. But if you are a government official, you routinely talk to all kinds of departments, including the FBI, on issues not investigatory. So it's literally, imagine you're at work, and somebody from a different department comes to you, says, "Hey, how's it going? What'd you have for lunch? Yesterday." "Oh, really? Okay. Oh, we know you had something different for lunch, and you lied to us, actually." "What does that have to do with anything? I'm not lying to you, but..." "Oh, no, you lied to us, so we're gonna take you in." That's essentially what took place. They needed a scalp. They needed a way to just get another person down. They needed to take people down. That's it. That's all they were doing. And that's all they were doing. It was just a situation where you had FBI agents, corrupt FBI agents, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, all of these people. You had corrupt FBI agents who simply wanted to utilize their posts, their authority, they just simply wanted to set up Michael Flynn. And Trump, unfortunately, was complicit. Trump was complicit. Not complicit in setting up Flynn, but he didn't defend his intelligence agency chief, he didn't defend his national security advisor. He might not have let them just set up Michael Flynn, but what he did was when there was the setup and when they tried to take him down, and in the beginning in 2017, I stated very clearly, he didn't commit a crime. He did not commit a crime. He did not commit a crime. There was no criminal activity. There was no criminal act. And instead of simply saying, okay, this Trump-Russia nonsense is an overt attempt at taking down Trump, the Steele dossier at that point had no evidence. They had no evidence. CrowdStrike was purchased by Hillary Clinton. We eventually found that out. But it's like President Trump should have stuck by General Flynn. In not doing so, he enabled bullies to continue to try to harm others. Okay? Who knows? Maybe it would have been difficult for Rosenstein to allow Robert Mueller. Oh no, that's the issue. You know what? The obstruction case. That's why I'm thinking so hard. If he had simply stuck by Flynn, there wouldn't be an obstruction case, an obstruction of justice case. Because what James Comey's memo stated was that Trump told him to go easy on Flynn, which, by the way, is his right. He wouldn't be obstructing justice. So, part of that memo was given to Rosenstein and everyone else, and then Rosenstein said, oh my God, Trump was trying to go easy on Flynn. Well, we need a special counsel. So I was right in my thinking. Had Trump simply stuck by a person who was loyal to him, in General Michael Flynn, he might not have had the Mueller probe. And there's a good chance he wouldn't have had the Mueller probe. Because all the quote-unquote deep state and holdovers from the Obama administration, all these people, they wouldn't have looked at Trump as somebody just walk all over. And Comey wouldn't have had the opportunity to say, oh yeah, Trump wanted me to go easy on Flynn. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go easy on Flynn. And you see, that's what this whole thing is about. That's pretty much what the segment is about. If Trump had defended Michael Flynn, if Trump had, and that issue with, registering as a foreign agent, for Turkey, that is the simple thing. He didn't commit any crimes, and there's a litany of people on the left, including Tony Podesta, who did the same thing. They tried to oust him as national security advisor because he was loyal to Trump, because he was not a regime change person. He doesn't want regime change in Iran. He wants a hardline stance in Iran. You can disagree with him, but he's not a neoconservative. So he's the antithesis of a neoconservative. And had Trump simply stuck by his man, there would be no James Comey memo stating, oh yeah, he wanted me to take it easy on Flynn. And that's it. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens in life when you don't stick by good people and when you allow bad people to enter your life. This is like a lesson in life. Sometimes politics can be a lesson in life. If you don't stick up for people near you, if you don't do your job as a human being and stick up for people that are close to you or that, if you don't do that, you allow bullies to just continually bully. How do I explain this? President Trump was also ambushed. He was also blindsided. It wasn't just Flynn. It was Trump also. And what he did, unfortunately, is allow people to get him what he did, unfortunately, was allow people to give him bad advice. They were saying, well, let Flynn go. Let Flynn go. If you let Flynn go, the media will give you a pass. But Mueller's here. Don't fire Mueller. Don't fire Mueller, because if you fire Mueller, the media won't give you a pass, and they'll go absolutely berserk. Oh no! Play ball here, play ball there, play ball here, play ball there. And he kept on listening to establishment voices. Michael Flynn is not necessarily an establishment voice. He was part of the establishment, but he's not necessarily an establishment voice. So, this is an example. It's almost like it's not a Shakespearean tragedy. It's you know what it is. It's a bunch of small-time criminals who were able to obtain a great deal of power within government. Comey, Strzok, McCabe. These are criminals who happen to just be FBI agents. That's no disrespect to the good, honest FBI agents who risk their lives. But Comey and McCabe and Strzok are like small-time criminals who, maybe they're connected and they've amassed wealth or whatever. Comey more so than the others. But their mentality, their behavior, not much different from people just in prison. They utilized the law for their own benefit, which is the worst thing you could do. You're supposed to defend the Constitution. You're supposed to protect the country. And what they did was they said, well, we're going to ensure that our pick for president becomes president. We're going to ensure that our chosen person becomes president, not the will of the people. Not the will of the people. That's a problem. That's a problem. When you have an election, when you have 63 million people voting for Trump, and then you have one guy, Peter Strzok, who exonerates Hillary Clinton when she should have been indicted. And I've been saying since 2016 she eventually will be indicted. She's committed too many crimes. And you have another guy. You have the same guy, Peter Strzok, who says, "Well, stop Trump." You have an issue where you're allowing a small group of people to dictate the course of U.S. history. That's dangerous. Now, Trump can either act decisively, or he can just let it go, let this continue to fester. He needs to act quickly and decisively, and he needs to do so sooner rather than later. Because if he does anything, if his DOJ indicts anyone, after summer of 2019, then they'll say, oh, he's influencing the election. And they might have a case there. That's the problem. They might have an actual case with him doing that. So he needs to act decisively. I do think that 2019 will be a landmark year. I do think that 2019 will be a year where Trump fights back. But if he had just stuck by General Flynn, there would be no Mueller probe. If he had just stuck by, very likely no Mueller probe, because there wouldn't have been an obstruction of justice case. Trump wouldn't have been accused of telling Comey to go easy on Flynn. That was in the stupid Comey memos that were classified, by the way. Hit subscribe right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much. Tomorrow is a big day, or this week is a big day, but tomorrow, the sentencing. I hope Judge Emmett Sullivan, I think there's a very, very, very good chance that he throws everything out the window. This thing was a farce from the beginning, and it was a setup, and it was the most unethical, criminal, disgusting setup you've ever seen. Michael Flynn is an honorable man. General Michael Flynn's an honorable man. He deserves to have this whole thing thrown out of court. Thank you so very much.